Hey guys, welcome to Fresher Pressure. This is episode 4, and we're here you're joined by Bree
Hayden?
and today we are discussing living at home
Yes.
and living at uni. What's the difference?
Uni from home.
Uni from home, home from uni.
So, what's your experience been with uni? Have you been living at home or you been
I've
living
been
at
here
uni?
for the last 2 years. I've been here.
So you've been at uni.
Yeah,
How's that been different from when you're at home?
it's quiet. It's quiet. It's very quiet. Love it. Peaceful. Just I have my own room. I can do what I want. It's just so peaceful. I love it so much. I actually don't think I'm gonna go home for Christmas as well. That's how much I love it. I don't think I am. If I do, I'm gonna go to my dad's. But yeah,
Is it noisy at home?
I have a 3-year-old brother. Of course, it's noisy.
Oh my god.
Of course, it's noisy. Gosh, what about you though?
So I had been to uni and lived on uni campus, but
Mhm.
I'm now living at home, which is the dream.
Which one did you prefer, or which one do you prefer?
Well, I kind of had to move home
Okay.
because I was a shambles.
Oh, bless your soul.
I literally couldn't cook.
Oh.
And then I had really bad sleep, and I got really homesick when I went to uni. It just felt it was just really far away. And if you don't feel like you're making friends, or you can get really isolated.
Yeah.
And it wasn't going well. And comparatively, even though being at home, like, I'm not sure the uni experience was any better.
Mhm.
Just being at home, being like having people to talk to at home, having food, having someone
Yeah.
someone helping with some like chores and stuff. Even though it's not like it's tons of chores, it's just having, when you're not up to it, picking up the slack was really helpful to me.
Yeah.
Although commuting is a pain. We have, like, here in Northampton, we have some like the uni car park. You have to get a permit. Good luck. But if you live
In between N and 1 and 5. Is
Between-
it 5?
between anywhere, even if you're on the outskirts, really
Proximity.
outskirts, you can't get a permit. So if you gotta be like living somewhere else and driving in, which is ridiculous.
Oh,
And it
so
means-
wait. I just realized. So if I was to get a car, I live in N and 1, right? If I was to get a car, I wouldn't be able to get a permit.
No. There you go. It's a bit rubbish.
I want
And
to put it as my home address then.
you know where I parked? There's a Morrison's. This Morrison's,
Pain in the
bastards is what they are.
ass every day.
They're right there, and there's always empty spaces. And they say, you can book 3 spaces. Lies. You can't book any. You go on.
Liars.
No option.
Liars.
And so I'd run in, do a session, do a recording for a couple, hour or two. And then I'd be like, oh, I gotta go.
Mhm.
And I'd run back out. I'd get there, drive off. 2 hours, 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
Mm.
Fined.
How much? Do you want me to-
60 quid a pop. I've been fined like 5 times.
60 quid. That's
Yeah.
like £300.
Yeah. In Morrison's greedy pocket.
Liars.
My
The
fault.
cheek. The
But
cheek.
we've had certain issues with, like, the big multi-story in town's been closed or fills up, because what you find is all the students drive and have to park, and then fills up all the parking. So that's been no fun. But yes, I've been getting rinsed
I feel
by
like
the local Morrisons.
right, they did the parking thing because they all the students were taking out the parking spaces for and there was no space for the faculty. That's what I think in my mind.
Yeah, which is fair, because obviously the faculty needs to get
But
in.
there's 4 car parks on campus. Why do you need all 4 car parks for faculty? There's not that much faculty, is there? And not all
Yeah.
of them are driving, are they?
I think most of them drive, but I also think, like, they you know
They
what's
should
funny?
carpool.
If I go and park on the
Mhm.
uni without a permit, even if I go pay for the parking, they'll fine me the same as Morrison's, mate. They'll do me in. So obviously parking's definitely not been a fun part of
Uni.
travelling in and
Yeah.
living at home.
But other than that, no complaints.
It's hard to make friends.
It's hard.
Yeah, it's nice when you have a flat,
Yeah.
and then your flat, at least from my experience, felt like a bit of a little family.
Yeah.
You really like your flatmates.
Yeah.
I generally really liked my flatmates, despite my kind of issues. So it was really nice to have like this. Suddenly there's 7 people you knew and you could say hello to and do some stuff with. And kind of obviously when all your friends go off to uni and then you're not on campus, that's something where it's like you have to make a lot of friends. There's no like forced friends, and you're not around on campus.
Yeah.
Where it's like you can bump into someone and
Oh, hi.
yeah, where you can just meet people in lobbies. You know, it's more like.
Is that how friendly you are?
Yeah. I met someone on my first day when I was at my uni.
What,
He came up to me.
Here?
He came up to me and he said, "I'm an exchange student. I don't know anyone.
Oh.
Can I sit with
This
you?"
was for the first semester, right?
This was like for my first semester. On the first day, I went like when I was living at uni.
Yeah.
He came up and was like, "Can I be your friend?"
Yeah,
puppy eyes and everything. He was really nice, actually.
Bless his.
We went and I said, "Yes, let's
Bless
go
his
drink," and it went pretty well.
I was literally about to say something that's not relevant.
Still friends to this day.
That's so nice. Where's he from?
The Netherlands.
Ah, you got a place to stay when you go to Amsterdam. I don't know if it's Amsterdam or Holland or.
Sadly, I did go to Amsterdam. I did meet him in Amsterdam.
Oh, okay.
But definitely living at home's been a really good experience in terms of just having the pressure removed, having familiar faces. Pets, I think, is a big thing. Do you miss pets?
Do you think I have pets? Look at me and guess if I have pets. No. Actually, I have a house cat in my house here.
Oh.
Yeah. Flipping bastard. It's antisocial, little shite. But love the cat. But I don't have any pets at home, so I don't really attach anything to.
Well, I think just on our last point, I think having pets at home has been really good. You know, having a dog you can go walk, or cats that are there. It's just really nice to kind of one of those home comforts that you're quick to miss.
Yeah.
You end up finding when you're at home, it's like you don't think of it that much, but when you're away, you definitely miss it. Right, we're going to have to throw over to our interview section now. We're being joined by our guest. Okay, guys, welcome back. We've got an interview now. We're here joined by a guest. This is Matt. Matt, could you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Matt. I am a course rep on the Creative Film and Television course here at Northampton Uni.
Okay, Matt. So today's episode, we're talking about living at home, having to commute in, having to go to uni while you're not on campus.
Yeah.
So how has your experience been with living at home and then going into uni?
So there's a lot of pros and a lot of cons to it. For the most part, it's been quite a useful thing.
What's been really useful about it?
Well, the main aspect of it is the cost aspect. A lot of the sort of finance-wise things that students might have, if that be from like laundry to food, bills, I don't get hit with a lot of that because I'm sort of living at home with my parents. So there's that aspect that's quite useful, that end of it. Looking at like the long term, student finance-wise, I'm not going to be hit as badly. But then a lot of the sort of on-campus side stuff and being like near people, that bit's a bit harder and a bit harder to sort of grasp, I guess.
So in terms of, you talk about being near people, assuming when you make friends at uni and make friends out of uni, is it a different kind of feeling when you're friends with uni because you have to travel and see them?
Yeah, it's, I guess, with like when you're in sixth form or college or whatever, you're sort of near people a lot. So you sort of get used to like who's there, who's not, and people aren't coming and going as much. Whereas this, it's like you're in for 3 hours and you're gone, or you're in for 4 hours and you're gone. So it's a lot of it. It's a lot different, I guess. But a lot of people who make friends at uni, they're going to be from people they live with, people who are in like their general halls. So there's that aspect of like the friendship dynamics where you're sort of like the guy who's out of it a lot more than everyone else is.
Definitely. Has it been, I don't know how it works in terms of sometimes lots of friends from home will go off to different unis, sometimes people stay. How's it been with like friendships that you had before uni continuing on when you were at home?
So some of them are going strong. It's hard to sort of find the time or the right reasons to communicate with different people. Because it can sort of feel like you're just sort of messaging them for the sake of messaging them, and you don't want to feel like a nuisance. But for the most part, when they come back, we all make attempts to meet up with each other. Over the summer, we did as well. I guess we've sort of semi got used to it now because everyone is sort of all over the place. So it's sort of like, well, we've all got to meet up anyway.
So it's like they're just all across the country?
Yeah, I think the furthest is Durham.
Oh my gosh.
But then we've got another one in Manchester. One's in Coventry. Another one's in Nottingham. So it's literally about all over the place. And I've got one friend who's just finished sixth form, so he's here. Another one who's a mechanic.
Oh. So, in terms of the financial side, have you found it easier when you're at home to be able to go, like, work or have jobs that are nearby? Because then you can continue them once uni stops.
Yeah, so that is partially another reason why I did decide to stay home, because I do have a job that's very convenient. The hours work quite well for what I need it to do, so it gives me a little bit of money in my own pocket so I can do stuff. It's like a 10-minute walk from my house, so it adds that way. And thankfully, my manager's quite understanding with how I have to mould my uni stuff to make that work, and that's going to be my first priority.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it is very useful, because I know a lot of people I've talked to, they struggle to get jobs while they're here, because a lot of companies and a lot of places will look and think, well, I'm only going to have you for X amount of time, then you're going to go again. I need someone here all the time. I need someone here who's going to be consistent. But as a uni student, you can't always offer that.
Definitely. Has there been any problems in terms of, obviously, when you're not living on campus, sometimes getting to campus can be difficult, be it parking, be it public transport?
I know parking is an issue for the most part, but in my avenue, it's more like timing wise, because the bus routes for where I am aren't very convenient to getting to uni. So I normally get a lift in with my mum. So I've got like 3 set time periods when I can either get picked up or go home. So there's a lot of planning that needs to be involved in sort of getting here, which if you live on campus, you live near campus, you don't really have, because it's like, oh, I'll just get the bus and whatnot. Whereas if I was going to get the bus, it's like a whole 3-hour ordeal, not 3 hour, but it's a long ordeal.
It's a long time, yeah.
Yeah. And it does mean in a lot of cases I do miss out on some last minute opportunities that might pop up, if it be like workshops or whatnot. So yeah.
Yeah. So then, if you were to has there been anything that you've learnt over that period that was something that was really helpful? Is there anything you wish you'd known from the start?
I don't think so, to be honest. I'm just sort of living at home still. I haven't really learnt anything.
Everything's the same.
Everything's the same.
Nothing's really changed, isn't it?
Yeah, it's sort of I don't have to pack up my stuff every couple months and bring it back home. I just sort of keep it there.
It's tiring.
Yeah.
Bit simpler than
It is a lot simpler. It's also a lot nicer because I still get to sleep in my own bed. But I guess different people come from different backgrounds. I'm quite fortunate in my background. Whereas other people, it might be a benefit to move away from home and to sort of get that distance between your family.
Everyone's family dynamic is different as well.
Yeah.
You're lucky enough to stay at home with a good family dynamic. Other people find it difficult because
But as well, some people just want the independence.
Yeah.
That's a lot of the aspect of people moving away for uni. They want to
figure out life.
Whereas on my end, I just didn't think I was quite ready for that yet. So that's why I stayed home.
That's interesting. In terms of studying at uni, how has that been from home? Do you go in to study? Do you stay home? Obviously, if it's inconvenient.
Yeah, it's mostly a convenience thing. Usually, if I'm not already here, I will just stay home, because it's I've got to make an entire trek in just to find a place to sit on my laptop and type away. Whereas if I'm at home, I can sort of sit at my desk. I've got my dog I can cuddle with if I get bored. I can sort of just do my own thing. It's a lot easier to do work while I'm at uni because there's not as many distractions, but it's just easier to do it at home.
Much easier.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming and talking here today. And we're going to throw back for some quick fire questions. Welcome back. We're here for some quick fire questions before we wrap up.
My favourite bit.
Bree, I have a question.
Yeah.
We have a question about living at home with home friends and uni friends and trying to, obviously trying to balance all of the other stuff you have to balance when you're at uni. But in terms of, you have home friends you want to see often, but then you have this new set of uni friends. But when your uni friends and home friends are quite close in terms of, obviously home friends are about, if you're commuting to uni, your uni friends are about, how do you deal with that in terms of like giving time to each one? Or how do you think you should deal with, you don't have much time, you don't know whether to see the uni friends or the home friends?
So my uni friends, luckily I live with them, so I spend most of my time with my uni friends. With my home friends, I actually go and visit them. I go and visit them quite often because our course is and we have a lot of days off. I will literally take the time out and go and see them all the time. And some of them aren't far. The closest one is Leicester. And Leicester, there's a bus that takes us there. It's like an hour, so it's fine. So I don't mind getting on the bus, staying there for 2 days and coming back. Coventry as well. Get on the train, 2 stops, come back. London, I'll go home. It's not hard. I can balance it because I live with my friends. So really and truly, I spend 90% of my time with my friends. And if I don't want to spend 90% of the time with my friends, I just leave.
So what would you recommend someone who doesn't spend 90%? So like, it has to be, you have to go and see your uni friends and go and see your home friends, and you're not like just always seeing them anyway. What would you say about that side?
I feel like if you're on campus one day and you have time, I feel like you should dedicate time to your uni friends. If you're all on campus, you guys could go out for like coffee or something, or for lunch and stuff. And I think you should also try and regularly speak to your home friends, like call them every few days, just to like maintain the friend. If you guys are really close like that, I feel like you should maintain the friendship by speaking to them constantly, so it doesn't like fizzle out, especially if you value the friendship a lot.
Yeah, I definitely second that last point of when you have a home friend, making sure that you can talk to them in terms of reach out to them.
Yeah, putting in the effort. Effort counts in friendships.
And you can't always expect, it's hard because a lot of people say, my friend doesn't reach out to me, or something along those lines, or no one ever reaches out to me. But then the same goes the other way around.
It's a
often
two-way
that you
thing.
then aren't reaching out to them. And I think if you can get into the habit of reaching out to people, people will both
literally do it back.
Will be reciprocal, but also will think your friendship's a lot stronger. They'll think a lot more highly of you. Yeah.
Don't ever think low maintenance friendships are a good thing. It's not. You guys don't care about each other. You need to put effort into a friendship for it to work. In any relationship, really. But
I think some lower maintenance friends can work if there's reasons you have to be low maintenance.
If it's low for a specific reason, then fair enough.
But I think that has to be matched.
Yeah,
you can't have a low maintenance like friendship with someone who wants a high maintenance.
Yeah, exactly. It's literally that.
If you have 2 people who are happy just to message every few months and then meet up for a coffee and have a great chat, then you're going to have a system that really, really works. Right. That's all we have time for. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next week.